Shout out to everybody here on this weekly candle close for Bitcoin. Looking a bit bearish. 65K, maybe that target. It did look bearish this morning, we told you. Let's see what happens. Shout out to everybody here on the weekly candle close. Thank you for jumping on in. I'm here in the studio. Hope you're having a wonderful day. God bless each and every one of you for being here on this beautiful beginning of the week Sunday. And I don't know why they make us play with these clocks. My hair's messing around. My kids are always messing with me. But God bless you all. Just getting myself a berry spinny. That's all. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Hey, we don't drink over here. This is sparkling water. Berry Bell, it was called. That one is probably one of their best. Wow. That's going to really get it going. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Let's take a look at BTC. It did fall as expected. Looked likely we ended up getting that move further to the downside. So, hey, it is what it is. And it did look bearish as we talked about this morning as we went over BTC. Even kind of almost had the move, but then came back inside the pattern. But look, we look for Bitcoin to likely fall down. Funny, look, I had this area circled at 65.6, 65.5, and really that's exactly what we were looking for. And, you know, I'm not trying to say, hey, but look at, I mean, it's, hey, and it also said this too, but I was saying I would only long if we broke above here. It's likely that we're going to break down to the downside. Bitcoin was just looking bearish, and every time, when it had this bull div, and it couldn't get above the high inside the bullish divergence, that's when I knew we were likely slumping. And then shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? And then it kind of made cat ears right here. If you really look at it, this is cat ears, folks. You know, cat ears really, like that to me is a cat ear pattern, and it did exactly what cat ears do. So is there more downside for Bitcoin? How strong was the weekly close? Let's take a look. It's funny, man. It had its first green weekly close in history, though. No, I'm just joking. Get it? It feels like, right? It's been a long, long time. No, but let's take a look at Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. Every single week. Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. And again, remember, people are probably going to get thrown off today because in America they threw my time off. So I would have been on in an hour, right? Like, so people are going to be like, damn, he's not, and it's going to take a week. So the show has less people on it right now because normally we'd have like almost 800 to 1,000. We have 350 because people don't realize that they change the time in America, right? So it throws off other places that don't change the time, you know? So anyway, let's take a look at what happened. I just want to spend some time with the weekly candle. Tonight's a special episode, right? It's a different episode than all the other episodes. It's when we get ready for the week ahead. We prepare, we take in information, and we kind of get our mind clear and set for what's coming on the week. Prepare as best we can, okay? We take a look here. The candle opened at 65.7, 76 and 48 cents. The high was $74,050 even. The low was $65,259 and 21 cents. And the candle closed at $65,971 and 20 cents, up $194.73 on the week. A very, very bearish candle if you think about how big we were up at one point. Really kind of sad. Like, so we opened at 65, we ended up going to 74 and closing only $194 higher than we were at the beginning of the week. It's a bit insane. To me, it's a bearish close, but it is green. It is a wick next to a red wick. And so, hey, it is a possible tweezer bottom. You could technically get in right now with a stop below this wick, and there's a chance that you catch the actual absolute bottom. You know, it's almost more likely that this makes some type of bear flag, even if we get a jump. You know, I mean, look, this week is saying, hey, maybe we can start green and really just get a pump here. Not amazing, too. This week, barely getting a wick, right? So you kind of want to dump first, at least a little bit, so you can come back up. I mean, every green candle that really did something started with a wick from the downside. This candle is going to have barely any wick at all, which tells me it could end up being a bearish candle. This wick being this big tells me this candle, even though it's green, it gives a lot of probability that the next candle is going to be a red candle. So we finally made some type of action. But it's not like it saved the day, and it was really a depressing candle because it started off the week so wonderfully. Looked like 74K, 71K was going to hold. Looked like 69 at least was going to be in the past. And it kind of started to spread the idea that the next weekly candle would be here, and we were actually going to V-shape recovery, hit the 21, and things were going to change. You know, there was some hopium inside of this candle for those few days where we were up and running, and now it all kind of throughout the week just slowly got torn away. Watching your live from Japan, that's so cool, man. Thank you so much. Shout out to everybody in Japan. Konnichiwa, right? Is that I think I'm doing it right. Yeah. If I was in China, it's ni hao ma. If I'm in Japan, it's konnichiwa. Hey, they rhyme. Funny. So anyway, just not a good candle. And now we're starting to get a bump back to the upside. Oh, I'm supposed to get excited every single time. The thing is, this is what they do. They're going to fake a green candle, fake one, not they, but even price action. It's going to fake green. Everyone's going to give up, and one day it's going to be the real one. It is, and that's why I'll look like a fool just going at it. It's like a guy who keeps asking the same girl out and getting dumped and dumped and dumped. But one day she finally says yes and becomes my wife. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that's how this trade feels like. Because at one point I will catch the bottom. And it's funny, the bottom that we put out on the 4-hour time frame and this wick is still the bottom, which is kind of crazy to me. That 60,000 is still the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming on to 5 weeks later, we're still above 60K. Mind-boggling if you think about it. It does show some strength. And, you're kind of starting to flatten out on the stochastics while you still got lean, which tells me, things could change. We take a look at the monthly. Monthly finally flipped red. Now, it was a green month and not no more. So now we have a green candle on the month. It was a beautiful March candle. And again, we can hang out down here, I guess, but it suggested now you're going to come down and test 64, then 63, and then, hey, you might come all the way back down to $58,800. So, not amazing. Let's take a look at the 3-day chart. 3-day chart looks like complete garbaggio. It really does. Like, I would really just say that it's just back inside the pattern. This is what I would say. It was a bull trap. They made you think it was going to break out. And now you just got to say you're in a bear flag that wants to dump. Nothing wrong with that. And I've done this many times. What you do is just act like this never happened. You see? You just act like that didn't exist, and you're going to come down to here. That's just what likely is going to. I don't know why it disappears after you draw it, but so you get rid of this, and I did this the same kind of try to make it the exact, but I've changed it. But that just looks like, hey, you're headed down to 54, 50, 51K. I mean, everyone gets freaked out by TA, but I mean that's a bull pennant, it's a bear pennant. I mean, it looks beautiful. So they tried to fake a breakout. It looked good. I even sold the top. Remember when I sold the top, said I don't trust any of this? I said we can just piecemeal it. We can keep I said, fine, maybe it does. Because it looked like it was going to move back up to 84 through the gap. Again, these are rare to me. You get above the high volume node, you start a pump. I mean, and then half here, you just completely collapse the move. This is very strange. Usually, at least you come to here, and you go through the gap. It's the second time now we've been denied it here. We were going through a gap. It looked like, clearly a move up, and it got denied in the gap. Strange price action, if you ask me. Just not usual behavior from what, but and I know that, as listening to Mark Douglas and listening to traders older than myself, who is Mark Douglas, and listening to him, he wrote the book when he was like 50, and I think he wrote it like 10 or 15 years ago. So when I listen to it now, it's like there's so much knowledge in there, right? That's why I urge you to listen to the audiobook Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. It really changed the way I traded and helped me really accumulate a mentality for winning no matter what the market was doing to me. So, the 3-day chart back inside the bear flag suggesting you're going to dump. If you want to take the small version, you can just take this here and say, okay. So you got your big target, you got your smaller target. One is 57, but they're in the 50s, man. And this is starting to say that Bitcoin is headed lower. You just got to go with what you're seeing. Daily, back to the bottom of the pattern, trying to bounce. Seeing if it can bounce. I did see this as a trend line, and I kept saying, maybe it can hold. That was my only, strange hopium copium. Was could this strange trend line hold? And I've been drawing this rising wedge now. Something like this, right? Or like here, yeah, like this. I feel like it left the wedge then. Yeah, like this was the wedge I had going. Now it's like outside the wedge. And again, hard to put it into like a real nice and neat pattern. The idea that I have is the 3-day bear flag. It makes the most sense. Right? And the daily kind of looks like, hey, you broke inside the pattern and now you're back outside again. Hey, it could be a bear trap and then flip it back out. Crazy about broken patterns. If you do get back inside the trend line, then you have to take into the fact that it could bounce up again. This is crazy. This price action is bananas. I'll tell you what. Very difficult. Gets a lot of people rocked. So look, shoulder, head, right shoulder in a bit. Strange price action. Did get the measured move. Rejection, which was the 4-hour 200 moving average, right? No. But crazy rejection. You can see there's a high volume node there, but dang, man, it's like couldn't even get back to 78. So rejection at 74K, came back down, bouncing now. I guess you could try to say, okay, it's back inside the pattern again. Like, it's going to bounce out. To me, it's tough. And I don't change patterns like this usually. Usually it's like a stuck in one way, but it's really hard to tell right now. Kind of, you could say a cup and handle. There's a falling wedge here. This is bananas. Absolute banana. You know, you do have a trend line here too. You know, to me, you've lost the trend line. Like, you know, you had it here and you broke it. I don't know. I feel like Bitcoin's going down for more. If anything, like, you know, this was the bear flag right here, and you kind of lost the sauce here. Right? Like, this is like, and I was looking for the bounce, and we, you know, earlier today, you're right, we were here today, like, hey, could we get the bounce? We closed bearish and then got another dump on, and when the next day opened, like, now you got 4 straight bearish days in a row. So you close bearish and open up the next one bearish. Look at it. I mean, it's just nasty. So I don't know. This looks like it's going to continue to dump, if you ask me. 4-hour time frame below the 200 moving average. I mean, look at this. This is what I see. You tell me, but I see a shoulder, a head, and a little right shoulder there. I see a trend line like this. And this to me tells me that there's some pain coming. Down to 59,794. So I see more downside for Bitcoin. Take out the low finally. Right? It's just what I see, man. I could be terribly wrong and we get an amazing bounce. But every single time we've got a green next to a red, it never played out. I took a couple of them. They didn't play out. A couple of them I was lucky enough to move to break even. So I was able to take the shot and not lose. So looks like this is going to go lower, folks, if I had to call it for Bitcoin. I see a head and shoulder on the 4-hour time frame wanting to dump down to 59,000. Bookmap suggests 65.1 is coming too as well, which is at least $1,000 dump. We'll take it from there. You know, you do have some support right there at about 63K. Little bit. And then you come for the previous low of the wick there. So, I don't know. Anything is possible. I'm always open-minded. After all the dumpage, I would expect to pump back to the upside. Something's got to give, but dang. They don't want to give us any love. No love for the bulls lately. It's been all bearish. Look at all this red candle. Dump ever since Wednesday. Just been completely dumping. To even consider somewhat bullishness, I would say we'd have to break back above this. You know, look, resistance here. Bring it a little, like somewhere here. So, yeah, I'd have to see us back above 69.4, 69.5, back above this POC at 68K. Yeah, this is troublesome to say the least for the bulls. And look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. You see that? Dump. Doesn't have to be perfect, folks. And, you know, it just didn't look amazing. Chance this could possibly have broken out. That was like the last pause, and we had a fake out. So, and I didn't trade it. I didn't short it. Could have when we lost the 200 there on the 1-hour time frame. I just let it be because I don't short the weekends, man. We had a good week of trading. I've been day trading well and just taking what the market gives me. Look at this bull div here on the 1 hour. RSI is clearly up. This is down to you. Should be getting a bounce here, but each time you just kind of roll over. So you got to get a close back above 66.6 to even get started here. To get started over here and get a little bit of a move off that bullish divergence for Bitcoin. So the king of cryptocurrency is struggling today, looking like there's more downside pressure for BTC. If anything, you would just continue a bear flag and say that the bear flag is going to continue lower until it doesn't. Otherwise, we could make a shoulder, head, possible right shoulder. This would be the right shoulder to trade to get a reversal price action. Otherwise, it's like you're going to make a flag and continue lower. So I would only either short the flag here when the 21 comes back near, or take the right shoulder. Both times, the 21 will be near price action. With 21, what I'm saying is the 21 moving average. All right? The bent day. The 21. News very red today. Solana and Ethereum going down, lost less than hype, way up. NASDAQ dumping. Interesting. I mean, just serious issues right now going on with the war, too. We're not getting any information. Some people are telling us that Iran's in control, right? Like people that, you know, everyone's saying, you know, a lot more than 500 troops are dead and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, this is the first time in history or in a long time that this many U.S. bases have all been hit at once. I mean, these are major bases that got hit. Bahrain, right? I don't know, Kuwait, I believe. You know, these are bases we've had for a long time. And like someone said, this took not billions, but trillions of dollars. Because we have $1 trillion budget a year or something, right? And it took years and years to form these bases. These bases are $1 trillion bases. This is the first time the U.S. has ever been hit like this in a way. And it's like, and they didn't even start using their hypersonic ballistic missiles or something. Like they have some other type of crazy missile that they haven't started truly using yet. I don't know. It's getting a bit weird. They've been waiting for this for 40 years, you know, quietly sitting there with nothing to do but to think about it. May we all stay safe, man. It's a crazy time to be alive, right? May God bless everybody here, all people of all nations, all my lifers. Let's have a moment of silence. Dear Lord, as the world is in a state of geopolitical unrest and a lot of people don't know what to do, help them quell their fears. Help us, you know, do what we can with what we can at the time that we can do it and leave everything up to God. I submitted to God, you know, I hope we don't get hit by a nuke tomorrow. You never know, man. Anything could happen. May God keep me safe from anything that could happen, you know, keep my family safe. Help my bones heal from my surgery. Like I'm dealing with my own issues. It's like but I want everyone to stay safe out there. I hope everyone's okay. Have a plan, have a bug out bag, have an idea, have some type of, you know, safety situation, back plan or something. And, yeah, stay safe no matter what. I love you all. And, yeah, and don't live in fear, because if anything ever happens, you go back to the Creator and you have nothing to fear, okay? Pain is temporary, as much as it's as scary as that sounds. But so take a deep breath knowing that all is okay and everything will be fine. Amen. Yeah. 15-minute time frame. Let's take a look at this puppy. And may we put God light around the whole globe tonight. You know, as much positive energy as we can out there into the world, as everyone struggles to feel safe and comfortable. Let the lifers be a guiding light of hope and a place where people can come to know that it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. The world has been through this. We have survived. The good will inherit the earth at one point. I know you don't believe it. Sometimes it doesn't seem like we're going to win, but we are, man. Love will inherit. Love will win. It's the strongest frequency at the end of the day. No matter how many schemes, plans, or how much control it looks like they have, how much technology they use, at one point, some way, somehow, something will change. You know, I don't know how it happens, but I have so much faith that it can. You know, this is crazy. Kind of looks like an inverted head and shoulder there, right? Shoulder, head, right shoulder, bit of a flag. So you kind of got this inverted here. You have a possible flag here. See if the 15-minute can recover on this Sunday night. Let's take a look at what's happening around the world, around the horn. S&P futures. I expect somewhat of a bounce here while they opened very, very long, short, right? They dropped horribly down again to the 21-day, to the 200 moving average. So my bounce is belated now. I saw a bounce here. We did. Then a bounce there. We did. Rejected. So both of my bounces occurred, but they did not continue. And I'm kind of like, damn, but they're going to print all this money and pump money into the markets. But wow, the S&P struggling. I still see shoulders. I see a bounce, you know. So people open up the futures market shook. This might get a bounce by the end of the day. We'll see. We're going to look at oil. That's the one, you know, that's the, you know. I probably took a massive pump. 108. Look at it. I knew it was going to be above 100. Look at this thing. It gapped up to 108. And honestly, it looks like it's going to continue to pump. I mean, that says you could jump into a flag right there and take it for a continuation. Strait of Hormuz getting tight. People not trusting the insurance. You know what I'm saying? Like less, you know, someone told me like way less ships pass through today than normal anyway. So you're going to steer clear if you like your life, right? I mean, let's go right in there. It's like, I don't know about that. Wow, that's crazy. It gapped up. It went to a high of 111. I remember when I started calling oil to rip down here, I was calling $74 a barrel. This is I just got in there at 71 just a few nights ago. Unbelievable. I was even giving a call for oil back here when it was in the 60s. I said, hey, there's going to be, I called it. I forego. I said, they started talking tension. I said, watch this. That Hormuz thing, and then they're going to start bugging out. And I'd be careful here, but this looks like it could take a bit of a move to the upside. Oil, man. So shout out to anyone who looked. Oil looks really good right now. Looks like you could long it tonight. Wake up in the morning up beautifully, which is, you know, crazy. So oil doing damage. Bitcoin starting to try to get back above that 1 minute 200 moving average. See if it can make a move here. Starting to pump out this little flag, double bottoming. See how the 1 minute crossed the 1 minute, the 200 moving average. That's my signal for some type of pump. Now we got to reconnect to the 21 and make some type of consolidation to get the move. Most of my money comes from oil. Interesting. Oil to the moon, baby. Gold got beat down. I know, it's crazy, right? The gold trade didn't play out. I'm flabbergasted by that. So gold, the S&P, NASDAQ, as oil becomes like everyone sells everything to get into an oil trade. Oh, I got this position. I'm going to get out of it just to run into oil, right? I knew we should have longed oil Friday afternoon. I just knew it. I'm really, I'm a little tight about it, but hey, it is what it is. It's over now. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Same idea with the NASDAQ. Damn, it would have stopped us out here. I was looking for this thing to bounce, so I was wrong about the NASDAQ. I have to admit it. I was expected to bounce this whole time. I said, well, why, you know? They're going to print this money. I still believe we're going to bounce. It just, they took it deeper than I expected them to take it. And, you know, so much fear of the markets got the markets a little off. You know, also I have to be honest, a lot of people aren't so happy. The people that voted for Trump are you know, some of his base is a little upset. He said no war for so long, then you know what I mean? Some people are with it, some people aren't. They're also not happy with his alliance. You know what I mean? You know, his base is a little, you know, the diehard MAGA fans. I think some people are still diehard. They don't care. And I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings here, but you can see some people are a little pissed, you know? And I've always been like never wholly one, you know, I've never been like all one thing. It's hard, you know? This could end up just making a nice bottom here. But damn, it is kind of a double top. What if this thing just decides to make a moon down to the 200 moving average? What on the 3-day, the 2-day, is that the daily? Yeah, it looks like it could head to the 2-day 200. Could get a little overheated in the S&P here. might be a top for a bit. I don't know, though. To me, it made no sense, because if they're going to print all this money and they're quantitative easing, how are they going to dump the markets? But they'll do whatever it can to make cheap prices. And again, this might just wick all the way down, wick right back up again. Big money's coming into this market, but they may, just like Bitcoin, they'll shake you out first. So it looks like there could be a shakeout of these markets, which would then propel Bitcoin down. So, I mean, this could end up coming further down here, too. I was really looking for the S&P and the NASDAQ to bounce. I'm a little surprised. Still a chance this wicks up and we end up here in like 5 or 6 days, but we'll see. You have to be open-minded that it's a double top, too, though. I mean, it does have cat ears. It technically is cat ears, right? And you'd have to say that the measured move could take you further to the downside. It'd be something like this, and there you are waiting at about 21,800. So, yeah, he's starting to look a bit tired for the first time to me. Yeah. No way Trump is good for the midterms. He won't be able to do anything after midterms. People have to understand most of these politicians are narcissists. They will say anything to do anything to get what they want. They have no moral compass. Yeah. Both sides are evil criminals. Yeah. They work together somehow, some way, right? I mean, it's they say one thing and then they never no one gets persecuted. James Comey, whatever happened to Comey, you know what I mean? Nothing ever happens to any of these people. It's all a bunch of baloney. The Epstein, persecute who? Nobody. It's so insane. They did it to who, though? Who did they do it to? Nobody. Nobody did it. There's victims and the victims of nobody. Who were the victims of? Nobody. So insane. It just, you know what it is? It's bread and circus. And you get mad and you say, look, they do, you know what it is? And they say, yes, we're doing it to your face. And what I'm trying to explain to you, and I think you know too, if you're on that spiritual path with me, is this is the devil coming out wagging his tail saying, ha, 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 ha. Before it was done a little quietly, now he is out there in your face. Things we wouldn't believe are happening, right? Inside of libraries, inside of schools, like things that we wouldn't dream of when we were children. Thank God, at least, we had what seemed like a normal upbringing. Little did we know the movie Mrs. Doubtfire was getting us ready for something we had no idea about. Everyone watched Miss Doubtfire, now you wonder, oh yeah, they were trying to normalize a man dressing up like a woman to you as a child to make you laugh about it. Now you realize that movie was sick. Right? Why he dressed up like a woman? The movie was about Robin Williams, who lost his kids in a divorce. They needed a nanny, so he dressed up like a woman so he could be the nanny to be around his children. And when you look back now, it was a normalized movie that all of us grew up on in the 90s and thought it was great. Oh, Robin Williams, isn't it so funny? But now we realize, you know what I mean? We try to give our kids as normal upbringing as we had. It's tough. Yeah. All he wanted to do was see his kids, man. Yeah. Was the preschool lady for Miss Mark Child abuse scandal, right? Are you serious? Like it was a real name, like of a real person. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Hold on, now I gotta Google this thing. That's a conspiracy with no factual evidence, it says. Peggy McMartin Bucky. Hold on, I shouldn't laugh. It's not right. Hold on, I'm looking at Encounter involved. Sorry, that means I'm like, I don't know why I laughed because I thought that was the name of the lady. But no credible connection between the film or its creators McMartin case. It says they stem from online. It's. I'll look into it. You're probably spot on. You know what I mean? So funny. Oh, I see what you're saying now. I get it. This is who he was dressed up as. Yeah. I see what you're saying now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get it now. It was like okay. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm seeing something now. Yeah. Incredulous. Unbelievable. Anyway. You know what's crazy is Hollywood, right? And just real quick to give you some Hollywood, right? Is whenever they made a spell on somebody, an ancient, a warlock or a witch inside, they would use the wood of a holly tree, the Hollywood tree, okay? This is true. You can look this up. It's a long stick with the little notches sticking out because they believe the holly tree to have properties, right? And so they would use this during their magic spells. Then they make you spell a word with the word spell, okay? They make you watch a television that tells lies to your vision while you watch programs that program your mind. Okay? They make the weekend, right? Because they want you to feel weak at the end of the week, so they call it the weekend. They make you learn the alphabet A-E-I-O-U instead of I-O-U-A-E or something, right? Because they want you to say I-O-U. This makes you weak. You learn how to say I-O-U from day one, like you owe somebody something. Who do you owe? Brainwash, man. I'm telling you right now, like there's so much brainwash in our language, it's insane. It goes on and on. Realize is to see the real lies. You know what I mean? When you finally realize something, it's because you're seeing the real lies. Like you've been lied to about everything. And that's when you realize things. When you see the real lies. The word realize says realize. It's so crazy, bro. Like they bugged us out like it's nuts. This is insane, right? Anyway, so the words we use are spells. The way we use words are trapping us. Our friends and family use trapped words. They use words with fear in them and doubt. Maybe. I might. You know what I mean? All these words think that you're going to do something that you'll never do. One day, I might just do that one day. You know what? I might just do it. You're never going to do it. Never going to do it. You're just telling yourself you might do something means you're never going to do it. You have to say, I'm going to do it. This is my plan. I'm going to enact my plan tomorrow. I'm going to start or tonight before I even go to sleep. I'm going to put my stuff together and get myself ready for what could be amazing. I gave you guys DEXE. DEXE did break out to the upside. Let's talk about DEXE if I can actually get it on the screen. One of the only projects that I did look at, and it pumped pretty nicely because it just looked like it was going to. 21 above the 200, tight inside the flag, up about 11%. DEXE doing damage. Nothing crazy, nothing amazing. DEXE, man, wow, 109. It's already up from a possible entry at 108.40 now. This thing looks like it's going to rip to 128 and just take no prisoners. I mean, they're pressing on it. They're making it hard. And that's going to put up the price of gasoline so crazy it's going to double because oil just doubled. Oil's going to double. Oil's going to go from 64 to 128 in literally 2 seconds. You know? Yeah, a predicted ball market imploding. Yep. You're not important, you're a port ant. Exactly, right? You're a port ant. 100%. Yeah, exactly. It's all there, man. Everything kind of connects. Someone says oil looks like a sell. I don't know, man. It looks like it's going to continue to rip. That flag looks nice on the smaller time frames. Was that a 1 minute flag there? I ain't getting in on a Sunday night. I'm just letting things chill, but it does look a basic. Price action, volatility. They'd rather start World War III than let Bitcoin pump for 30 minutes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Or already at 128. Yeah, that's crazy, man. We're in a Truman Show. 100% we are. Even that movie's trying to tell you something. There's something in that movie that they're trying to teach you. There's a reason why in The Matrix is a woman with a red dress, and there's someone why she hides the red dress, right? That he finds the red dress in the movie, and he's like, that's what kind of reminds him, right? Something good weird about that whole thing. Yeah. Be immune to better with, yeah, 100%. Spot out the spiritual berserker. We love you. God bless you, man. I love the Lifer crew, and I love all of you. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to all of you beautiful people, man. It's a crazy night. It's a crazy night. We're still hitting alts. It's nuts. And look at Bitcoin. Looking like it could possibly get a little bit of a bounce here on the 1 minute out of a bull flag. Little flag alito here. Let's go BTC. And if it pumps, come back somewhere to 67,000. Not amazing. Bookmap still suggesting we're going to liquidate a bunch of longs down at 65,300 before it's all said and done. So, yeah, a dock tender. Yeah, tender of the dock of your vessel, 100%. Yep. And the beetle. Interesting. No, I don't like to be in a trade Sunday night. I don't really like to use Sunday night volatility. I mean, it's happening tonight. It would have been great. If I was in a trade, I'd be taking profits from Friday. All we had to do was open up a trade Friday night, go to sleep, and wake up today up on oil. So simple, like nothing else. That was it. Take your profits here if you want, a 110, 108. Jeez Louise. It's a beautiful trade. 89, I mean, that's a beautiful trade. And it just skyrocketed, and you could tell it was going to. I mean, my signal said, I mean, it's crazy. I know it happened on its own, but this is why I try to tell you the charts tell you what's going to happen before it happens. Well, we could clearly see tight price action with the 21-day moving average touching. I mean, every time we've seen that before, it's pumped. Not every time, but most of the time. Like, this looks like you're going to get a continuation. The 15-minute looks so healthy. At least maybe here, the measured move here, like, but I believe it's going to go the whole length. 128. Oil will crush the longs. USA will open reserves. How about Friday short on BTC? Humans need to unite against the controllers. We outnumber them by the millions. I know. Scottish Crypto said the son of the last leader has been announced. Iran's new leader, yeah. Oh, yeah, the son. I mean, he's going to do just, they take him out. You think, oh, man, yeah. They own the military golden pocket, Steve-O said. Yeah, it's pretty spot on, man. Pretty tough situation to be in there, right? Hope you get better, Sam. Thank you so much. Today was tough, man. I didn't want to share something with you guys, but I guess I should just to get it off my chest. I haven't cleaned the wound yet, like really sat and put it in the shower. You know, it's always kind of covered. All right, I take a shower with a boot over it, and today I finally like took everything off and said I want to really clean it up. And so I cleaned it up, and then when I did, I was sitting. I have my little cart, my 3-wheel cart, with the handles bars here, and then it comes down and has a little knee thing, and then the wheels come out again. It's actually pretty good for my drawings usually. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. And anyway, I was sitting on it, like my butt was here, my feet were here, and I was like this. And I put my boxers on, pulled them up here, and then just got up a little bit on one leg to flip my boxers over my butt, right? And they kind of grabbed a piece of this thing. And when I got up, the whole thing this got caught on my boxers. I can't explain it, but the cart got caught. And as I stood up, like and I had to put my foot out, my bad foot, and I stepped on it, man. And I fell on the ground in immense pain, screaming, and it was so whack, man. And I hope I didn't damage my foot. I'm not supposed to put any pressure on it, and I definitely I was going to fall on my face or break my face. I don't know what was going to happen. I put my foot there for a second and pushed my way the other way, and next thing I know, I fell on the floor. Had no idea what really happened. It was from a tiny little move. I had no idea. I was just putting my underwear on, man. I fell with my butt out all over the floor. It was absolutely horrible. It was just about an hour ago. My foot is killing me. I'm such a freaking manoso. I'm such a, I'm saying White House will need to change oil prices. Inflation will be crazy otherwise. No, I mean, it's coming at us 100 different ways now. And you wonder, man, where is the way out? And the way out is really trading oil. You can see the way out is you have to be kind of a leveraged day trader. Really, like there's opportunity for people that are just looking for opportunity. This looks like it's going to continue. It's already up from when we put it out there, 108.26. Yeah. All the Dow 5,000 talk, 180 gas, all for nothing, right? Why I'm buying puts. Interesting. Unless Trump's Venezuela oil at 150, yeah. Yeah, so frustrating to have accidents when you're already hurting. Yeah, 100%, man. Lifer, watch your operation on YouTube. It's a big operation. Can you send me the link, bro, that you watched? But you just typed in live Achilles operation probably, right? And it's in there somewhere. I really want to see what actually happened to me. Well, some people do the bones, some people don't. Oh my God, I'm looking at it now. It's crazy. Oh my God, bro. Look at this. You guys don't want to see. That's like the meat and oh my God, they were doing that to me. They had forks in my, oh my God. I can't believe that thing popped. It's like a big old tendon. Oh my God, man. Whew. 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 Yeah. I don't know if they used the pair system or not, bringing the two tendons together. I hope I'm okay. Do you think just because I fell on it once, I'm going to be damaged? You think I have to go to the doctor and check it out, or you think I'm all right? That's the meat and potato of the show exposed. Thank you. Shorting metals long in oil, shorting risk assets, yeah. Feeling strong vibes here. Thank you, me too. That's why we like it. God bless you, bro. Thank you for coming to the Strong Vibe Show. In the future, we have miners put in there to mine each step. The world needs oil. Yeah. Danji, yeah, I know the moment when you're so mad and defeated. Sometimes I gotta laugh at myself to get it, though. Like, look at you, bro. Get up. I have to psych myself out sometimes. Hypnosis like Tyson, 100%, man. Every single day, give yourself a couple slaps, right? Get it up. You can do it. Ain't nobody gonna believe you if you don't believe in yourself. You should definitely have them take a look at it, someone said. Dang, man. You're probably okay, but get it checked, lifer. If it's hurting, they probably left a fork hanging in there. I know, right? Lifer, you got the top of the bread. If it's hurting, check it out. If it's down, check it out. I think it's fine, man. You'll be fine, dude. That's what I'm saying. Thank you. I need someone to say just like, you'll be all right, bro. Just was one quick little... You'll be all right. You're okay. You didn't do any serious damage, but this is your warning to chill out and take care of it. I am taking care of it, Kenny. I just took the Lambo out once today. All right? Not twice. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking care of it. I'm keeping it super clean. That's the point, though. It's super nice and clean now. Yeah. We are so F. Shout out to Cool Master 588. We may be. We may be. We may be, my friend. Bitcoin attempting to bounce here off the 1 minute. I'm not attempting to tell you exactly what's going to happen here. There's heavy volatility tonight. Let's go look at another clean chart for a second and see if I could give you the best idea. But it's some of the most spaghetti I've seen in a long time. And we'll get through it together like I always do. Somehow, some way. I don't even know how I do. But we do. I mean, that looks like a bear flag when I just look at the bigger picture. wants to go lower. You know what I mean? There's just a little quick 65K. Sam, you'll be fine. I fell in my repaired leg a few times. It still hurt badly by the checkup. Bad by the checkup. Just tell the doctor. Yeah. I'm in New York. Saw Lambo, your color today. Thought of you, man. God bless you, man. Thank you. I love spaghetti, just not on my charts. I know, right? Hope the leg is starting to feel better. It's all right. It'd be better if you were here, man, praying for me every day. Sam, we bounced at 200 just now. Yeah, right off the 1 minute 200 moving average, you can see we did get a bit of a bounce there. Yes, we did. Amazing that you can watch almost anything on YouTube, right? Like, it's just insane. It's all there. Like, anything that you think of is there. I'm amazed. Absolutely. So, oh, wow. Whoa. Oh, I just want to see how long you're, so I've been put my hand up. I'm waiting to see how long. 1, 2. You have like a 6-second delay. The delay ain't bad. I made it better than it used to be. It used to be 20. I've said some praise for it, brother. I know you did, man. God bless you, bro. Thank you. 5-minute bounce off to 21. Thank you. Thank you, kind sir. Much obliged. Full of appreciation and gratitude. Love the channel. Love the vibe. Love the enormous IQ, people. Keep it up, brother. Respect, man. Thank you. God bless you, man. I don't know if I have a big IQ. I think other people do, but I can kind of tell when someone else is smarter than me. I think that's the one thing, the one gift. I know when I'm not that smart. And someone's, I'm like, well, that guy's smarter than me, so he probably knows how to help me. You know what I mean? Simple Joe, man. I'm Simple Joe, man. Just trying to get there. I don't like the word Joe, but I'm a simple guy. Simple Jimmy. Just trying to figure it out, you know? Nothing special about me. I just like to work hard. That's all. I just figured out how to grind, stay in the moment, and stay in gratitude. I got a good connection to God, really. That's really, if anyone wants to know what makes me tick and gets me going, that's it. Every single day, it's the ability to realize that there's a world bigger than me, that I'm with the being bigger than me, and I'm just riding it out. Attempting to figure out my life out here in this big old universe, you know, on this flat earth. Don't get me started over here. The firmament. I separate the waters from the waters. I thought I told you this over here. Hey. Street smart should be included in the IQ test. Amen. Yeah. God in your head, God in your heart. Get it so far. Get you so far. It does, though. I have to hop on a Zoom meeting. Hope you have a blessed night. God bless you, man. We miss you already. We feel your presence as you drift away into the abyss. May you come back to us. We love you, man. Thank you so much. This looks like it's falling out, man. It's going to come test the lows. And you got a level here. You just got to look. I mean, a bearish retested continuation down. Some type of double bottom. I mean, I guess you could say it's attempting to double bottom. And you could long this tweezer bottom. See, I was the first guy to say, hey, let's long this green candle with a stop below here. You might catch the absolute bottom. Chance you double bottom there. That's no, I didn't look at that until now. I didn't see it that way. I really didn't. We need this 4-hour to tweezer bottom and to bounce, baby, bounce. Go after these shorts for a second here. I'd be careful shorting because they might just rip these shorts a new one. I'd be careful longing because they may just rip it down. I see the shoulder head ratio. See, I see it kind of two ways, man. And when I see it two ways, I don't trade. I just say no way. At the end of the day, it looks like it's going to barely retest this trend line and continue to dump. That's what I have to say on the daily. And you're losing the 200 moving average. You're about to get the 21. That tells me there's lower lows coming. You could also make it almost seem like a descending triangle in some way. So, nice little dip on the U.S. oil. There you go. I think it would be a good time to take some profits, as Crypto Plumber said. Yeah. 150 oil. I don't know about 150 oil, honestly, because the chart's got, that could take some time. It pumps and then it has to resolve and come back again. It doesn't just pump forever. You see? So is Bitcoin going lower? To me, it looks likely. How could you figure it out? I'd watch the 15-minute time frame and see how it's kind of like, I don't know, seems like it could be making a bit of a bear flag here that does go lower. The 4 hour seems to be in a bit of a head and shoulder pattern. I'll tell you what, tonight is a night I wouldn't really long unless the 15-minute broke above the 200. Somewhere back at 67,004. I mean, you'd have some missed movements here on the smaller time frames, but I wouldn't be going after like the 1 minute cross or my old school stuff. I mean, technically we are above this is technically a signal. We're above the 200 with the 21. You should be getting a bounce here. But sketchy Sunday night. Sunday nights are very tough. And this one's volatile with like information could come either way in any moment. So we'll probably be in the same series, Joe, if oil goes to 125 or more. Exactly. So to me, this is a gift to buy BTC in the fear, right? I buy distressed assets when people are bugging. Wow, we're back to 8. I mean, that's the lowest I've seen is a 5. So maybe this thing goes to 1. I don't know, but it's like, how much more fear can you build? And you're still not back at 60K. So watch your 1 minute. If it collapses back below the 200, look for this to get tight and dump. You're really watching your 1 and your 15. You're seeing if the 1 can hold above this 200 and bounce. It's looking more bearish than bullish, though. Look at that. So I'm sticking more to the fact that this 15-minute time is about to bear flag further down. Kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder. You see it right there? Look. It's crazy, but you'll see it. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, dump. Flag, dump. So I see a move down, 64,008, 65K. If I had to do anything, I would short the market tonight. U.S. dominance looking bullish too as well. It's not a good sign. We went over this in the macro. It was telling us that Bitcoin looked like it may struggle this week. So, yeah. I like it. He's holding until 48. Then he's DCing. Hey, I don't think that's a bad idea. I think you might be spot on there, friend. Yeah. No more bills signed in 2026 until the SAVE Act passes now. So the Clarity Act may be done for the year. You never know. That's a good point, too. And that could have created a bearish sentiment for the crypto industry. I think these are great prices to buy Bitcoin. I wouldn't stress. I'd stay calm, cool, and collected and take opportunity of these spot prices for me personally in the heavy fear. And then, I know 2-3 years from now, I'm going to look back at this time and happy that I really positioned myself. I like Tesla long term right now. How could those, robots not take over? Tesla's not going to be one of the biggest buys in the next 10 years. I think DCing into Tesla is a pretty dang good idea, but that's me. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Everyone, I'm going to jump on out of here, get a good night's sleep, get ready for tomorrow morning, and get ready for the week ahead. Bitcoin looks like it's going to play around. Be careful. The 1 minute could hold the 200, still get the bounce. I would keep the 1 minute on one screen, the 15 on the other. As long as you hold this 1 minute 200 moving average, I don't make the rules. I'm just telling you how they play out. And sometimes they are confusing. This is how it works. Circumventing these things and figuring out what goes on is how you become a great trader. Where to put stop losses, where to put risk management, when and how to trade, why to be hard, when not to be hard, when to go hard volume, when to go light on the trade. These are all things you'll learn as you continue to I think I had a mental breakdown. These are things you're willing to learn as you continue to grind through this market. Okay? So, and again, I'm not saying this is going to pump. I'm just saying if it did, that would be the measured move. Just watch your 1 minute, watch your 15. I think it's more likely the 15 minute takes a dump in your face. Sorry, it doesn't sound right. And we go further down to 64,500, but that's what I'm looking at. All right. Sammy, my suitor chat, please. Your suitor chat. Okay, let's take a look at the suitor chat out there. Get well, Sam. Can you check Battle stock, please? BATL. Let's take a look. Sounds like it's a weapon stock, right? I mean, go to battle, right? Raytheon's probably a good buy, sad to say. Yeah, look at this. Battalion Oil Corp. Booming. Of course, man, with oil, right? I mean, it's going to jump up. It's actually in a nice flag right here. Look at this. This might get like potential movement further up. If oil can go sideways there a bit. So I don't know. That looks like it could continue to pump and get a target of $51. I try to look at Raytheon. They've got a bigger holding company, right? Raytheon, when you look at like... Trying to think Halliburton, right? You want to do Halliburton. I mean, they're going to... You feel they go up every time there's war, man. They're selling missiles. Something's going on there with Halliburton, right? I mean, you look at the weekly. See how the weekly just perched back above the 200 moving average with the 21 coming? Looks like they're getting ready for a nice long war. Look at this, Halliburton. Just going to continue to go sideways and then pump. Target 54 by July or by September of 2026. Huh. Bitcoin still kind of sideways. Still some possible hopium here for the 1 minute, but it did lose the 200. It's looking sketchy. Thank you for the super chat. That's super nice of you. That will come back to you tenfold. You didn't have to give, but you did. Shout out to Omar. May God bless you. Thank you so much, Omar. That's very nice of you. All right. Wow, that they may be an indicator of how long this war will last. Could be. If you really need some altcoin action, DEXE has been having some volatility. Yeah. Next, you got to join the 99. There you go, man. Sam looking like he's withdrawing from opioids up in here. I think I am. How did you know? But I'm okay. I mean, isn't that better than being on opioids? Right? I mean, it's not my fault. They gave me painkillers for like 5 weeks straight, man, and pumped them into me. You know? And I'm still in pain right now. I'm going, hey, it is what it is. I fell on my foot. It hurts. It doesn't feel great. So, Bitcoin price action has been torture for 400 days. It's been tough. Yeah. Yeah. Stark Industries sells weapons to both sides. I know. See? Yeah, USR is yeah, exactly. I don't even bring it up, man. Come on, man. Look at it. Looks like you never know. It's like it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. It's give you a heart attack. Watch this price action tonight. Turn it off. Watch a basketball game or I don't know. Read a book. Listen to the book of Daniel. Something. They want more liquidity for the shorts so they could squeeze. That's why we go sideways. Oh yeah. I'm tired, boss. Me too, man. Me too. Me too, bro. Me too. Shout out to the lifers who just jumped on in. I know this is probably the regular time. You're like, why is he early? But it's because we moved the clocks ahead here in America. All right? So just, understand that. I'm going to go play some Arc Raiders, dude. Do it, dude. Do it. Making music and content tonight. Sounds cool. Oh, God, that's gross, bro. Yeah. Enjoy the family. Wake up early tomorrow and start fresh. Amen, man. Yeah, daylight savings time. Everyone's going to be everyone is grouchy. Everyone's late to school tomorrow morning. I don't know what it is, man. Look, there's the squeeze. The 200 moving average in the 1 minute time frame. There's the flag breaking out. You never know. It might just do damage here. The 4-hour time frame finally getting a close next to the 200. And I wouldn't be surprised if this thing just soars all the way back up to 73,250. I'll laugh so hard. All right? We don't have to trade everything. That's it. Exactly. I took profits on gold short. I don't trust weekends into weekdays. Interesting. Short in gold, eh? Man, gold bouncing a bit. Once oil settles off, I think gold will bounce with those oil wins, Can the 4-hour finally get another tweezer bottom and get the bounce back to the upside? We've been looking. I've longed every one of these. Got in here, stop loss below the wicks. Hasn't been paying off. Every single time I've gone out the long. Every single time I've gone out the long, and it has not played out. I've done it now 3 times, 2 times. I've gone out that 4-hour too. The bigger time frame is not to get exploited by the smaller ones. It still does its thing. I got to wait for us to get it back above the 200 at least. I'm staying away from tonight. I'm not doing it. I want a long something. I want to be a legend, but tonight I'm just saying no. But watch, I get in and I wake up tomorrow and we're up here. Just there's always that chance that you could be a legend, you know? There's always that chance. Just legendary buy. Huge short squeeze. Big cup and handle. The higher low. Bitcoin, you know? You were scared. No, you were scared. No, no. And to buy the fear usually plays out, right? So it's like, well, I've been buying the fear and not really be getting rewarded for it. Just going to take a gander every time. This is how it starts. And then $65, $625. $1,000 for 11,000. I mean, amazing, right? You hit that trade, change your whole life, right? But even that's kind of cool. 197 for 2,000. I mean, that's amazing, right? So I've been doing this and just losing little trades. I'm going to take it just because 160, but I shouldn't be trading Sunday night even for 160, you know? I'll likely get stopped out. But I love front running the tweezer bottom, man. It's like my thing. I'm addicted to it at this point. I can't stop it. I can't stop doing it. I got a problem. Fear turns to greed at some point. It has to, man. You and me both, Lifer. God bless you, man. As long as Trump is in office, I will not hold crypto trades over the weekend. Price is too shady. Amen, man. You ever have a short and long? Sometimes. I've done it a couple times. You know. Sam, thoughts my neighbor wants to put 2K. I mean, I can't tell anyone what to do. I'm not a financial advisor, man. Your neighbor's going to have to figure that out for himself. He's going to have to understand the product. He's going to have to research it. And if it makes sense to him and he likes Bitcoin and he thinks this is something that he should allocate to, it's something that he should do on his own. But I could never tell somebody what to do, man. It's not my money. I don't know how much money they make. I don't know how much that matters to them. Can they handle losing it? You know what I mean? These are all questions I'm not here to answer for that person. And that's because I am simply not a financial advisor. Anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. I've said that now for the last half an hour, and I'm still here. But you know that about me. I always say I'm going to go, and I never do. I love being here. I love sitting here with the mic. I love sitting here with each and every one of you. I like hanging out. I love the sound of my own voice, okay? Meh. Sam, teacher the sauce, baby. Thank you. And I like the fact that I can help others and show them stuff that may happen, you may not. So I took a log in the 4-hour time frame. Maybe we get this beautiful inverted head and shoulder. Nothing dumps forever, man. Like, come on. Help me cause the bottom. A higher low on the 4-hour. Can we get the bounce? You can see I'm clearly overly optimistic. Way too much. Way too much. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much. If I switch the screen, maybe I'll get out of here. There we go. Everybody, thank you so much for being awesome and being amazing. I had a blast kicking it with you here tonight. Another great live stream. The streams are just feeling good. There's something about it. I think I'm just in the pocket after 5 years of hitting the mic. I also really like the new headphones. They're bringing a lot of bass and sound, and it's giving me more confidence. It really is. How you hear your voice really changes the way you can behave and perform. So make sure you get good sound. If you're not, if you're struggling as a streamer, creator, whatever you're doing, get good sound, good audio. It can change everything for you. I can hear the power of my voice behind it, and that gives me power. And it sounds clear, it sounds positioned, it sounds well, and that helps. So just giving you some tips if you want to go for it. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you all tomorrow. The secret to success is getting started. Stay amazing, stay happy, stay on the present, stay squared up. I'll see you mañana. God bless. Thank you so much.
Oh, hold on, I'm just reading the quote. This is so funny. Chris Scott, he was telling the neighbor full port, 100x left. That's great, man. That's great.